This season of Apex Legends, now named Legacy, apart from the awful servers, even for Apex Legends standards. Come on guys. Anyway, it introduced us to the new playable character, Valkyrie. And let me tell you, I'm in love. So I'm here to tell you all about her with my Valkyrie tips and tricks to help you become the greatest Valkyrie main you can possibly be. As of the time of this recording, I have over 85 kills with her, so I'd say I'm a pretty good source of info with this character. So here are all the things I thought you might like to know. Even if you already play her a lot, who knows, you might find something useful. To start off, let's talk about her passive. No, not her VTOL jets. Her Sky HUD is what I'm calling it, because there's no other name for it, as far as I've seen. The Sky HUD lets her and her teammates know exactly where enemy teams are and how far away they are. This can be used anytime Valkyrie is jumping from the dropship, jumping from a jump tower, or her own ultimate, which I'll get to that soon. Her actual passive is her VTOL jets. The VTOL jets allow Valkyrie to maneuver extremely quickly, especially vertically, through the battlefield as long as she has enough fuel. You can see that I curved around this edge and went straight up above very quickly, as no other legend could. Valkyrie's VTOL jets can also be used as a boost while running. I tested in the firing range, don't mind my buddies. I tested how fast she can travel this distance, and while running it took me about 11 seconds to travel, but if I use her VTOL jets to boost me, you can see that I'm traveling much faster, and as a bonus, I'm a lot harder to hit, as I can quickly maneuver from side to side if I need to, and get there in about 9 seconds. You can see that my teammate is down, and in between us is a gap that would be dangerous to run, but using my VTOL jets, I can get across much faster.
Hey, how about no more dying today? Ring closing in 10. It's close.
Valkyrie's VTOL jets can also be used to gain a height advantage very quickly. Using the VTOL jets, she can surprise her enemies, as there's a Valkyrie above me that's expecting me to go up that ramp, but using my VTOL jets I can fly around and surprise her. However, be careful when using her jets out in the open, as she is a sitting or flying duck. She is unable to wield her weapons or even heal when using her jets, as this Valkyrie so kindly demonstrated. Using her jets, she can become a menace to fight against. If you come across a Valkyrie, I recommend fighting her in close quarters or indoors with low ceilings, as her VTOL jets are near useless, as well as her missile swarm. In this instance, I was outnumbered and I had low cover, but I was able to retreat to high ground very quickly with her jets. Obi-Wan would be proud. Another great use of her jets is jumping gaps that wouldn't be possible with other legends, such as this one. Another thing to worry about is her fuel. It's not unlimited. That'd be overpowered. When her fuel runs out, she will be unable to fly for 8 seconds before it begins recharging again. And if her fuel is in the red, don't even bother flying. You're not going anywhere. Now let's get tactical with her tactical Missile Swarm. Missile Swarm allows Valkyrie to fire 12 missiles from her shoulders, which, apart from looking awesome, can damage and stun enemies. One way I like using this is to not fire them at all, and that is to scout an area. Using her VTOL jets and priming her missile swarm, she can hover in midair for much longer and gives her time to look around. And to fall without firing the missiles, just hit melee. But use caution when firing her missiles, as they don't all shoot at once. You could possibly hit yourself on a wall and give your enemy time to push, and laugh. Firing her missile swarm takes time, and also takes time for the rockets to travel, so try to predict where your enemy is moving to and possibly cut them off temporarily, or just as a scare tactic. Valkyrie's missile swarm doesn't have unlimited range. If you want to hit someone further away, use her veto jets to fly high enough, or just find high ground to a point where your target is in sight. I also didn't know how to cancel the missile swarm right here, on the ground. Just use her jets. And finally, we have her ultimate ability, the Skyward Dive, or as I like to call it, Burn. Using the Skyward Dive, Valkyrie acts as a mobile jump tower and tethers her teammates, if they're competent enough to pay attention, and launches her and her team in the air, allowing her to fly her team to any desired location. Like all her abilities, be careful when using it, as when Valkyrie is ready to burn, she can be shot and instantly taken out of her ultimate, but you are refunded 75% of the ult. You can also cancel it if you wish. I think it's best to carry at least one ult accelerant on you at all times, because it fills 50% of her ultimate. That's a lot for an ability like that. Just don't miscommunicate with your team, because in this instance I wanted to burn on the other side of this building. My teammates were in a bit of a pickle, and that got us killed. Some good ways to tell if you're clear to burn is to look straight up. If there is so much as a pixel blocking your path, you can't use the ultimate. Where the crosshair lies is where you're flying. You can see something as simple as this can stop me from burning. There are some counters to Valkyrie, but not much as far as I can tell, such as Bloodhound. Bloodhound can see where Valkyrie had used her veto jets. However, a hard counter would be Revenant. One hit from his silence and you're grounded. Alright, now let's talk about her hitbox. Honestly, it's pretty standard. However, I noticed that her jetpack has a hitbox. About a third or maybe a fourth of her jetpack is part of her hitbox. So just be mindful of that. I'll let this play out just so you can see what it looks like. Holy crap. Huh. Character keeps moving. She does. Close. Pretty small. And don't forget her obvious passive, the recon towers. You can scan those just like Pathfinder and Bloodhound and Crypto. Scan the next ring. And that's it. These were all the tips and tricks that I learned while playing Valkyrie. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned a thing or two, and if you did, why not like the video? And if you're generous enough, subscribe. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video.